What's going on, you guys? Your boy Lone Wolf. I just want to let y'all know. Oh man, this episode, man, of episode 8 of Dexter New Blood. I seen it, just finished watching it, and it was like a race against time throughout the whole episode. So if y'all have not seen this episode yet, yeah, click off this video right now because I'm just warning y'all, this is a spoiler warning. I will definitely be talking about the episode. Yeah, I might have to say it is definitely worth watching. Matter of fact, y'all shouldn't even be clicking on this video until y'all see the episode first. So I'm gonna give y'all some time to click off the video. So, all right. Okay. All right. Yeah, clicked off the video. All right, let's get straight into it because I do not want to waste any more time because this episode is really definitely a race against time. So the episode picks up where we left off on episode 7 when Dexter gets kidnapped by the hillbilly hunter that Kirk hired. And boy, I tell you right now, it was like freaking pretty much Dexter was having a dream the whole time about Harrison in the cabin at the house, and those 3 high school kids pretty much was trying to kill Harrison, trying get the revenge. At first I didn't think it was a dream, but then when he was just like trying to he killed one of them, Harrison slid one of the kid's throat, and then he started beating the dudes with the head, bashing his head in, and then you see Harrison smiling, and then you see Dexter just standing there. He was like looking like very disappointed and terrified of his own son. I wouldn't say terrified, but kind of looked like a disappointing. He was like, Jesus, I can't believe I let it get this far. But yeah, and then you find out it's a dream. So after he finds out, gets his head together, Dexter tries to kill the hillbilly guy, but of course he crashed into a light post, and then Dexter goes flying and he breaks himself free. And then that's when the whole hunting ground begins, when the guy brings out the sniper rifle. And boy, Dexter was like, oh snap. He just hauled ass out of there. And dude put one bullet to his leg, and then pretty much throughout the whole episode was Dexter basically just trying to get an advantage against the gunman, And while that's going on, Kurt calls up Harrison while Harrison was like in the shopping plaza, and he sees the girl, Angela's daughter, with the other guy, and he pretty much was like, forget it, you know how it is when you see the girl that you like, and pretty much she's with some other dude, and he's just like, let it go. And then Kirk calls Harrison, tries to hang out with him, which obviously is a trap, and we can all see clear as day that Kurt is actually doing all this just so he can kidnap Harrison, befriend him, make him feel comfortable until Dexter gets to the cabin, so that way he can witness Dexter can witness watch Kurt kill his own son, basically feel his own pain. So that's what revenge. That's basically what it's a revenge plan, obviously. 2 serial killers trying to kill one serial killer kill his son, and then now the other one's trying to kill his son, obviously. So, but yeah. So yeah, pretty much Harrison and Kurt hangs out. They go to school and they start playing baseball. Kurt talks about a little bit about his son, that he was a baseball player. And they go into the stadium, and pretty much Harrison doesn't know how to play baseball not one bit. So Kurt teaches him, but then and then after that you start to see that that pretty much that after a while, Harrison gets like a couple balls in, Um, Kurt sounds like, let's get a curveball in. And then one of the balls hit him, but Harrison is like, take it, keeps telling Kurt, like, no, keep going. Each ball that hits Harrison, he has like a flashback of, him and his father talking, and pretty much you start to see that Harrison is actually punishing himself, basically, for who he is. He thinks that, his father's not on his side, and he feels like he's alone. But it means, come on, Harrison, it's not like that. Your father he knows exactly what's going on with you, Harrison. It's just the fact that he's just afraid. Of course, Dexter is just afraid of telling Harrison the truth because he's afraid of what he might look at him as. And on top of it all, another thing he's afraid of is that his son is actually going to be just like him. But, you know, we'll get to that on that conclusion. So, but yeah, so after Harrison pretty much takes a couple balls to the ribs, which I'm sure it's fractured by now. Yeah, Kirk pretty much tells him like, "Yo, let's patch up, let's get out of here, get something to eat, go to the cabin." And while that's going on, Angela, of course, is investigating Dexter, which at this point on, that we already, if all of y'all watch Dexter, all of us Dexter's fans, we pretty much already can tell that Dexter's identity is about to be really be jeopardized right now. Okay, and I could pretty much tell that by the season finale, Angela's gonna pretty much find out who Dexter is. It's already been as fated as we already see it coming. That Angela's gonna find out that Dexter is pretty much the big Harper Butcher. We can already tell. It's like Deborah Morgan all over again, because the more she digs into Dexter's past, is like the more she starts to learn more and more. Now she's found out that the two drug dealers got the needle in their necks that one Dexter beat up, and the one that Dexter pretty much overdosed, of course overdosed, and made it look like a suicide. So yeah, so that's pretty much going on. Angela is pretty much very close to the truth at this point, and we could already see that it's going to happen. How that's going to come, how that's going to come across in the story wise, we don't know. All I know is that it's not going to be like Deborah finding out that he's the Bayard Butcher and then not turn him in. It's almost like sounds like that Angela is going to try to turn Dexter in when she finds out that he's the Bay Harbor Butcher at this point. And like me and my brother, when we were talking about the episode, we have this theory that once Angela finds out that Dexter is the Bay Harbor Butcher, Harrison might end up kill Angela just to protect Dexter, protect his father. So I mean, it's just a theory. It's not confirmed, but it's one of those theories that might come actually happen. So that was a theory that me and my brother we were talking about. We were both Dexter fans. We watched the show, so it might come to that happening conclusion. But like I said, that's just a theory. But back to back to this review. So yeah, Dexter finds a pretty much keeps leaving trails until he finds a summer camp cabin where he leads the hillbilly hunter gunman towards there, and Dexter finds a knife, and he pretty much tells him like, "You got all day, okay?" Because the gunman said that he has all day to hunt down Dexter. So Dexter pretty much says, "I got all day too. I got the knife on my side." So yeah, so the gunman pretty much finally gets into the cabin, and he tries to talk it about. You see that one of the knives is missing inside the summer camp, and the guy gets pissed like, you bring a knife into a gunfight, and he gets pretty pissed like, how stupid can you be? And I'm like, well, actually, you're pretty much stupid. Like, come on, man. You have a sniper rifle, he's got a gun, you're in a summer camp cabin. Obviously, he has the bigger advantage. I mean, you have the advantage when you were out in the snow in the forest because sniper rifles are meant for long range, not short range. So obvious. And as you and just like I said, it was performed well. Dexter the guy was pretty much looking at himself in the mirror, seeing that he's got scars all over his mouth, and pretty much Dexter just bashes through the mirror, the behind the mirror, and pretty much tells him like where's his son, where's Kurt, and then he pretty much tells him what he wants to hear, and then pretty much Dexter kills him. You know, so yeah, guy is not Dexter's not stupid. You're pretty much bringing a knife to a gunfight inside of a summer camp, which you obviously got the disadvantage. You had the advantage in the forest, but not advantage inside the house. You know, and especially with someone who's trained with knives. So yeah, so basically, at this point, Dexter takes the guy's clothes and his cell phone, so that way he could buy some more time for Kurt, you know, to get there, and since he knows where he is, and from there forth, Dexter drives off, and then resumes right back to Kurt and Harrison. You know, they're having a drink, they're talking, and everything. And then after a while, they have a drink, and then they have something to eat. Harrison gets gets a text message from his dad telling him to get with Kurt. You know, he was pretty much he just put everything on airplane mode. I'm like, really, kid? Like, your dad is. I understand you're pissed at your dad. But come on. There's a reason why he's telling you, like, come on, man. You trust a complete total stranger over your own dad. I get that your dad's a complete stranger too because he hasn't seen you in 10 years, but come on. But yeah, so pretty much they have a good, you know, feast and dinner and everything, and then pretty much they get to this. Kurt and Harrison have this little heart to heart moment, which obviously Kurt is only doing this just so he could keep Harrison comfortable. And you start to really feel bad for Harrison because you know all he wants is a connection with his father, you know, and he could pretty much tell that Dexter is holding back something that he just basically don't want Harrison to know the truth about something. He just won't open up, you know. But then you know after that, and then you know after that, Kirk pretty much looks at the time. He's like, okay, I got something to do, and he's like, yo, wait here, and then you see Kirk comes out with his costume and a sniper rifle, and Harrison's like, hey man, hey, that's a nice costume, and pretty much Kirk pretty much tries to tell Harrison to get up because he's basically got pissed off because he's like, I'm sorry, this has to end anyway, kid. So he basically tells Harrison to go outside and run because he's about to kill Harrison because he can't. He was just impatient, and then Dexter at the brink of time finally came in touch just in time, like because Kurt was. So Kurt thinks that it's one of his guys. He's like, yo, come on, like I want him to see this, and then Kurt finds out that it's actually Dexter. Dexter almost runs Kurt over, runs the rifle over, which is a good sign that so he don't lose his only edge in his own territory. And just when Dexter was about to chase down Kurt, he sees Harrison, and then they both have a heart-to-heart moment, and pretty much Kurt disappears. And in the car was like one of the best scenes I've ever witnessed because that was like the moment that everyone was waiting for. Pretty much Dexter tells Harrison that he was born in blood. So on the next episode, he's going to tell his son the full truth, and because of that, Harrison just gives his son a big hug because now he sees that his father is actually opening up, and Dexter was shocked his reaction because he was like, "Damn, I could have said this a long time ago," because this episode was a whole race against time, because like Deborah was kind of worried that in his thoughts telling him like your son's blood's in your hands, you gotta save him. Like, I know, but he finally saves his son. I give this episode a 7 out of 10. Really good episode. Definitely a race against time, and I know the next episode is gonna be even better. I really appreciate the pacing, the race against time. Like it really did keep me on my edge, even though we already know that Dexter was going to save his son anyway, because it's part of the story. Like he has to tell his son who he really is. But yeah, that's it for this. that's it for this review, guys. Yo, really phenomenal episode, man. Yeah, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and yo, let's have a conversation about this. And let's talk about other theories. What do you think the next 2 episodes? God, only 2 more episodes left until the season finale. All right, so hey, man, I'll see you on episode 9. See where it goes. I know we're looking forward to it. All right, see you on the next one. Peace.